At Columbus Air Force Base, Mississippi, former Air Force Reserve Lieutenant Colonel J. Lacklen instructs pilot training simulators for the Air Force. He has 12,500 flying hours. He logged 9,500 hours in the C-5 Galaxy transport, 2,000 hours in the B-52 bomber, and 330 hours in the C-7 Caribou, in addition to pilot training planes. From the Vietnam War until the Iraq War in 2003, he participated in every significant military operation. Lacklen puts you on board his B-52D for a terrifying bomb fly over Cambodia during the Vietnam War, in the following excerpt from the first book of a trilogy, Flying the Line, An Air Force Pilot's Journey, Pilot Training, Vietnam, SAC. When asked if I killed anyone during the Vietnam War, I have to answer that I don't know. I may have, and probably did, since my B-52 bomber crew dropped many thousand pounds of bombs on the Cambodian jungle, but I will never actually know. I only flew 2 live bombing runs in August 1973, before President Nixon's final bombing halt before the negotiations that ended our involvement in the war a few months later. But the first mission captured all the terror, anticipation, wonder, and angst of flying into a war. The mission began after dark at Andersen AFB, Guam, in the western Pacific Ocean. The crew bus dropped us at the hot loading zone on a far corner of a field, a remote location that would provide some protection for the base if something went wrong while loading over 50,000 pounds of bombs in the bomb bay and on wing pylons of our B-52D. A full moon painted the bristling black warbird in a ghostly light, a formidable metal dragon that would righteously drop explosive mayhem onto America's enemies, or so I thought at the time. I paused and slowly put down my flight bag to stare in awe. Was I really a part of this? What was I about to do? 6 hours after takeoff, we approached the target area over the Parrot's Beak region of Cambodia, as one of a half-dozen 3-ship bomber formations. Each cell was named after a tree. We were oak flight, others were pine, maple, and birch. As the lead aircraft co-pilot for my cell, for some unknown reason I got to be led on my first mission, I had to announce the impending bomb drop on GARD, the International Radio Frequency All-Aircraft Monitor. This would allow aircraft in the vicinity to vacate the area and avoid the rain of our falling bombs. As an aside, this is the same rain referenced in the Creedence Clearwater Revival song Have You Ever Seen the Rain? I had been warned to switch my radio toggle from the interplane frequency to the GARD channel before transmitting the warning. Being a raw rookie, however, I gave the entire 2-minute spiel on interplane, to the great amusement of the other co-pilots. "Hey, lead, want to try that on GARD?" they snickered on the interplane frequency. Then the bomb run began in the early morning darkness over an Asian jungle. Our 3-abreast, triangular-shaped formation banked steeply, ominously, onto the bomb run heading. The radar navigator, who would throw the switch to drop the bombs, informed the crew we were approaching the IP, or initial point, to begin the run. Just as we passed the IP, a male Asian voice began transmitting in Cambodian on our radios. He sounded as if he were babbling in an opium den, and his voice disturbed and frightened me. I feared he might be an apparition warning us of our task, a voice of doom giving us a last opportunity to save ourselves, or a soon-to-be victim in the target zone, making his last hopeless statement to his slayers. He continued talking as if relating a story to a fellow opium smoker, while our formation approached the target. No matter what I did to my radio controls, I couldn't make the voice stop. In the near distance, 33,000 feet below us, the ground glowed red, eerily, from explosions from preceding bomber formations. A mist hung over the terrain, giving the area the look of a graveyard in a horror movie. The radar navigator began the countdown. 10, 9, 8. The apparitional voice continued his drunken soliloquy on the radio. 3, 2, 1, bombs away. The aircraft shuddered lightly as the bombs unhooked from the wings and dropped from the bomb bays of our 3 aircraft in a 10-second release sequence that would obliterate an area equal to 3 football fields and unleash a shockwave that would kill any unshielded creature within half a mile. North Vietnamese soldier and author Bao Ninh later wrote that the immediate aftermath of such a strike resulted in a rain of arms and legs dropping before him on the grass. We waited as the radar navigator counted down to detonation, about 50 seconds for the bombs to fall 33,000 feet. 3, 2, 1, impact! The thin clouds around our aircraft reflected hundreds of small bursts of light from below. It was done. The radar navigator announced the closing of the bomb bay doors. We flew on in the darkness in silence as I pondered what we had done. I ponder it still.